हेलो नमस्ते म नम्रता सापकोटा अहिले हामी तपोवन इन्टरनेसनल कम्युनमा छौँ यहाँ अहिले डाइरेक्टली बलिउडबाट कमलेश पाण्डेजी आउनुभएको छ उहाँ बलिउडको एकदमै चर्चित स्क्रिन राइटर डायलग राइटर पनि हुनुहुन्छ रङ दे बसन्ती तेजाब दिल जस्तो एकदमै पपुलर मुभीहरूमा उहाँले स्क्रिन राइटिङको काम पनि गरिसक्नु भएको छ र उहाँसँग हामीले सन्यासीको यात्राको बारेमा पनि कुराहरू गर्छौँ उहाँ ओशो भगवान ओशोसँग डाइरेक्टली सन्यास लिनुभएको थियो सो उहाँसँग थोरै बलिउडका कुराहरू सँगसँगै धेरै स्पिरिचुअल जर्नीका कुराहरू गर्छौँ लेट्स वेलकम कमलेश पाण्डे स्वामी जी प्रणाम कैसे हो आप
मैं बढ़िया हूँ
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वेलकम टू नेपाल आप अभी तक कितने बार नेपाल आए
Actually, at Tapovan it's second time.
Okay.
But I had come to Nepal for a conference when I was in advertising. So we used to come for our conferences to Nepal or some other places.
Okay.
So that was long back. But I had come last year and now again for RSSI. So this is the second time actually.
Oh, then I think we are lucky that we got chance to take an interview
No, I
with
am
you.
lucky because what I found in Tapovan, what I discovered here, it was something that I was looking for. And not only me, but many sannyasis, Osho sannyasis have been looking for. A place which has the fragrance and the taste of Osho in the ambience, in everywhere you go. And this was like Pune 1 revealed again. Pune 1 and Pune 2.
Wow.
So when I came last time, I told Swami, you have done miracle. You have recreated Pune 1 right here in Tapovan. In fact, it is even better than Pune 1 because it has mountains and vales and valleys and the trees and the jungle.
River.
In Pune 1, we were in the middle of the town.
Okay. Huh.
You know, we had trees, but that's it. We didn't have mountains. Okay. This place has mountains and hills and many levels. In Pune 1, we didn't have many levels. But the lifestyle was exactly what is happening here. And what is miraculous is that most of the sannyasin with Swamiji, they have no idea about Pune 1. They have never been to Pune 1. I think there were 3 people who had been to Pune 1, Swamiji, me and the German sannyasi who was initiated by Osho. So only 3 have the experience of Pune 1, what it used to be like and what it used to be Pune 2 like. So for me it was a big shock. And big joy and celebration, my God, this is the place, this is where it is happening. And that's why on the first day I declared, this place is buddhafield.
Okay.
That's the only buddhafield in the whole planet right now, where you need to come. And here the meditation is so easy. Not only at the samadhi, but wherever you go, it is in the air. It's like breeze. Osho has become the breeze around Tapovan. So you are breathing Osho all the time. And you get into meditation, wherever you're sitting, you're in meditation, so easy.
True.
So that is for me a big discovery, that this place, I mean, everybody needs to come to Tapovan. So when I go back, I'm going to start that.
Oh, thank
Tapovan, I'm going to start a website, Tapovan Buddhafield.
Wow, thank you so much, Swamiji. So, aside of Tapovan, how are you feeling being in Kathmandu, Nepal, and then right now it's raining?
Nepal is a wonderful country. Not only because it was perhaps the only Hindu state in the whole world, and I happen to be a Hindu by birth. And now, of course, I am sannyasi. And we look forward to Nepal because at least there's one country who's holding on to the Hindu traditions and spirituality and so on and so forth. So we have great respect for Nepal, also because of Everest, and all the symbols, the temple of Pashupatinath. Because when I was researching on Adi Shankaracharya, he had come to Nepal. And he is the one who made sure that only South Indian priests will operate at the Pashupatinath. Not so that North and South can come together. He arranged that. That in the temples of South, you will find North Indian priests. And at the temple of North, including Nepal,
Nepal, yes.
you will find South Indian priests.
Oh.
And East and West. That's how he managed to put together, to bring the whole country together, by the simple device.
Okay.
So, yes, and it was a very holy place for us, literally. And also because things were so cheap here for Indians.
Yes. Huh.
Because every rupee got you something more than that. So that also people came to Nepal for that. And in the beginning, Nepal used to import a lot of stuff, and which was not allowed in India or Bombay. So people used to come to Nepal to buy imported goods, electronics and clothes and all kind of stuff. Because Nepal was importing it, it was easily available, shoes. तो लोग आते थे नेपाल सामान खरीदने के लिए कि जो इम्पोर्टेड सामान इंडिया में नहीं मिलता नेपाल में मिलता है. Some people came for the casinos,
Yes.
few people, but Nepal has been always there on the itinerary of, also because so close. From Bihar it is like, just a very short ride into Nepal to Lumbini and so on. So वो भी था कि it is our neighbor and so you can go anytime and no visa is required.
True.
Without any visa, without anything, just on the basis of a voting card, voting ID, or you have a passport, fine, but even voting ID allows you to go to Nepal. We have come on voting ID, though we do have passports, but why waste my passport, one blank page? So let's show the voting ID, and we were allowed.
Yeah. Huh.
Also, the kind of treatment we get at the airport, so much respect for Indians. That was quite admirable, yeah.
आपने वो एयरपोर्ट जैसे हम लोग कन्वर्सेशन स्टार्ट तो हो गया सो एयरपोर्ट की बात आई सो आई जस्ट वांटेड टू आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन टू स्वामी जी बिफोर बट आई नेवर गॉट अ चांस टू आस्क दिस क्वेश्चंस बट आई रियली वांट टू आस्क यू आपने वो होर्डिंग बोर्ड दिखा जब हम लोग बाहर निकलते हैं स्वामी जी का तपोवन का सो आपको लाइक हाउ डू यू फील इट इज दिस लाइक रियली इम्पैक्ट करता है स्पिरिचुअल
बिल्कुल करता है स्पेशली इफ यू हैव बीन विद ओशो. So here is at least one country where Osho welcomes you at the airport. No other country you will find Osho welcome you at the airport. We are trying to find a way to have a similar board at Mumbai airport if we are allowed and we have the resources, because it's very expensive. So, but it is amazing that Osho is welcoming you in Kathmandu at the airport. So what fun! And that's the only country in the whole world. Lucky Nepal.
हम लोग स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी में जाने से पहले मैं आपको एक क्वेश्चन भी पूछना चाहती थी जैसे लाइक एज ए स्क्रीन आप स्क्रीन प्ले बोलते ना उसको
स्क्रीन प्ले राइटर
डायलॉग राइटर
स्टोरी स्क्रीन प्ले डायलॉग ऑल थ्री आई राइट.
हम लोग को वो तो हम लोग इधर सब लाइक बहुत सारा हल्ला हुआ था जब आप पहली बार आए थे यहाँ पर सो when I searched about you also, and I know you as a Bollywood, person from the Bollywood, as a director, like as a writer. अब जैसे रंग दे बसंती, तेजाब and दिल ये experience आपका होता था कैसे मैनेज करते थे उस वक्त?
Managing was actually I had a day job as an advertising writer. I was working for an agency called Rediffusion Advertising, which was a very top agency of India. And I suddenly got an opportunity to start writing for movies almost accidentally because Amol Palekar used to be my friend and he offered me this film because he didn't have money for a writer. And I was in a job so I didn't need the money. So I wrote that film and people loved the film and suddenly I was there. The film did well and everybody was asking me to write their films. So suddenly without any struggle, so-called struggle and effort on my part, I began getting offers. Okay, why don't you write Tezab? Why don't you write Dil? Why don't you write Beta? Why don't you write Chalbaz? Then Subhash Ghai came with Saudagar. Why don't you write Saudagar and Khalnayak? And so on and so forth. So I didn't have to try anything. It just started happening. And in Bollywood is so superstitious. I keep telling everyone that if a film is a hit, the dog working in the film also becomes hit. So everybody wants that dog in their film because that film was a hit because of the dog. So superstitious.
So कुछ ऐसा कुछ मंत्र होता है आपका, जैसे आपको वो चीज़ में, जैसे वहाँ बहुत क्राउडेड होता है, ये जगह बहुत, इट्स अ वेरी डिफरेंट
No,
वर्ल्ड
no.
एंड देन
Basically, I didn't belong to any group.
ओके
I didn't allow myself to be part of any particular group. वहाँ पे वो बहुत चलता है. Because every big director, every big actor have the small group who are their acolytes, you know, उनके चमचे होते हैं. And उनके घिरे रहते हैं और फिर उन्हीं को काम मिलता है, बाहर वाले को काम नहीं मिलता. I could afford to say no. No, I don't want to be part of your group. Because I was not depending on them for my resources, my daily bread. My daily bread was coming from advertising. So I didn't have to be depending on them कि वो काम नहीं देंगे तो क्या होगा. To hell with you, I don't care. I will write only what I like to write, not what you want me to write, or to make you happy and make you sort of your ego's massage. I never did that. I don't remember anybody's birthday or anniversary or anything. I never wished them, and I don't expect them to wish me. I don't send flowers to anyone, nothing. I am a writer. I am a very professional writer. If you think I am a good writer, you can take my services. Beyond that, I don't want to do anything with you. I mean, we can meet, have some tea together and talk, gossip. But I'm not obliged to suck up to you like most people do in Bollywood. They
I
all
think
suck
every
up to
film industry.
Yeah, they all suck up to film stars, and I have worked with Dilip Kumar and Raj Kumar and Dharmendra, all the rest of them, Amir Khan, and not Shah Rukh so much. Amir, of course, I worked Hrithik and so on, but I never, because for them they are just a tool, just a vehicle. Writer is the first star. I keep telling everyone, first star of a film, because before the writer, a film is just a blank piece of paper.
True.
And only the writer knows how to fill it, not actor, not producer, not director. So I maintained my confidence, and I asserted myself, no, I'm not going to be in your service just because you're a big film star. To hell with you. You are lucky to be there where you are. To me, it doesn't matter how big a star you are. Who cares? If you're a good actor, I appreciate it, fine. If you do a good job in my script, well done. But that really doesn't mean that I'm going to suck up to you, okay, to make you happy, to say good things about you or nice things about you. Only this morning, they asked me about Akshay Kumar. I blasted him. He is a good cook.
Okay.
Who made him an actor? If that is acting, then thank God I'm not an actor. And thank God I never got a chance to write for him. तो निकल गया मेरे मुँह से, मैं क्या करूँ? I am a little blunt and sometimes painfully blunt, painfully honest. But that's the way I am. I can't help it. That's what Osho has told us. To be what you are, don't be afraid. Nothing is going to happen to you if you are honest and, and blunt, and whatever comes out of you is really part of you. And I don't hate people, but I refuse to subscribe to their whimsies and fancies and egocentric, mess. I don't belong to that group. If they don't need me, fine by me. I don't need them. I have other ways to survive and live a simple life. I don't want. My needs are very simple, very ordinary, and they are easily fulfilled. So why should I bother about these idiots? तो मैंने कभी वो उस ग्रुप का हिस्सा नहीं बना, सर्कल का, कि जहाँ से वो सिर्फ काम लेने के लिए लोग उनके चमचे बन जाते हैं, उनकी तारीफ़ें करते हैं, उनको कौन सा आफ्टर शेव पसंद है, उनको कौन सा वो डीओ चाहिए, उनका कौन सा क्या चाहिए, वो सब ला के देते रहते हैं, खुश करते रहते हैं. मैंने कभी किसी को खुश नहीं किया. And the best advice I got was from great Dilip Kumar, who is no more, who was there in Saudagar, and we were very good friends. With Rajkumar and Dilip, both loved me. He said, Kamlesh, learn to say no. If you want to survive as a writer, as a good writer, learn to say no, because a lot of junk will come your way. Learn to say no to that junk. And I did that.
Wow.
Yeah.
आपने जैसे आपके ये बॉलीवुड करियर में साइड दिस स्पिरिचुअल करियर लाइक पार्ट बॉलीवुड करियर में कोई एक्टर देखा कोई मेडिटेशन करते हुए स्पिरिचुअल पर्सन जो सुबह उठ के मेडिटेशन करे या ये वाला कोई नो
No.
ओके
Only Vijayanand had done meditation when he came to Osho. Vinod Khanna had
Vinod Khanna,
meditated a
yes.
lot. I think a few smaller actors who appeared on OTT shows, they have stated that they used to meditate or use Osho's techniques to meditate. So, in a minority, just 3-4 of them, because nobody had the time for meditation. Their insecurity is so huge.
True.
All, especially actors, their insecurity is so huge that they can't afford to meditate in the first place. They are always busy कि हाँ भाई ये फिल्म मुझे कैसे मिल सकती है, ये फिल्म किसको उसको क्यों मिल रही है, मुझे क्यों नहीं मिल रही है, मुझे क्या करना चाहिए वो फिल्म लेने के लिए. That whole rat race, the whole rat race, and that includes even people like Amitabh Bachchan. He is one of the most insecure persons in the industry, and he's an icon. But in spite of being an icon, they are insecure. कि कल इन सब निकल जाएगा. Tomorrow they will lose everything. Then what will happen? The name, fame, money, glamour, whatever they have. So that is why the insecurity. I never had that insecurity. I didn't give a damn if tomorrow I don't get any work at all. So who cares?
आपने कभी ट्राई किया ये बात कोई लाइक एक्टर को कोई किसी पर्सन को बोलने के लिए लाइक समझाने की ट्राई किया अभी
हाँ, I did. For example, with Subhash Ghai, I was the one who introduced him to Osho.
Now he is also talking about Osho.
I gave him books to read. But he's not a meditator.
Okay.
He's not a meditator. He's impressed by Osho's words and he's still around that. He's not into it. He's not into Osho so deeply. So yes, that is fine. Raju Hirani perhaps, yeah, some extent. Dilip Kumar once mentioned to me that man, what he says is so important.
Wow.
मैंने कहा I know sir because I am his disciple.
Yes. जैसे आपके ओशो जर्नी किस साल में शुरू हुआ था? आप कितने साल के थे?
1964.
How old?
When I was 17
Oh.
and I had gone to appear for exam in Jabalpur for admission in Bombay at Sarjeji Institute of Applied Art. And my mama was there. He knew Osho very well in Jabalpur. Staying with him and saw these books, Mitti ke diye, Path ke pradeep, Kranti Beej. I said, who this guy? His every line is a quotation. You want to meet him? I said, yes, of course. I loved quotations. So I took me along and there Osho was sitting, bare-bodied, just the lungi, black hair, and only 15 people sitting in front of him talking to them. And I said, what a beautiful man. At 17, that is the first thought which came to my mind when I saw Osho. What a beautiful man. At that age, you only look at women, not men. I was looking at a man and saying, what a beautiful man. And then he was actually telling a very popular Zen story about a disciple who becomes a bamboo. I said, my God, what a story. I didn't know what Zen is. I had no idea about spirituality. I was never spiritually inclined or even religious for that matter. My family hated me for that, but that's the way I was. I had nothing to do with God and goddesses and puja and arti and all the crap, nothing. But this story somehow stuck in me, okay, this man became a bamboo. How does a man become a bamboo? So I came to Bombay and I got my admission. I was studying. Finally, I got a job, a very good job in advertising. And then Osho started coming to Mumbai.
Yeah.
So in one of the discourses, he mentioned about a technique and I was intrigued. कि ध्यान की भी टेक्निक होती है meditation की. Let me check it out. So I wanted to meet him and ask him about the technique. So at that time, it was very easy to meet him. One-to-one, anybody could meet Osho. I was allowed to meet. I got an appointment and met and meet him. And he asked about me and I asked him about the technique. He explained. And he said, okay, now what next? What do you plan to do next? And suddenly मेरे मुंह से निकला, I want to become a bamboo. So Osho laughed, says, okay, I'm going to make you that. That was the beginning.
Oh.
Then I started going to his discourses, and then I went to Manali in the camp where he started initiating people. And then I got worried that now I have to decide one way or the other. Either leave him, or get initiated. There is no third option. Osho never gives you third option. Either you are with him or you are without him. You choose. So on 31st December 1972 at 2:30 in the afternoon at Woodland Apartments on Pedder Road in Mumbai, Kamlesh Pandey got initiated and became Swami Anand Kamlesh. That was it.
एंड आई थिंक मैंने आपका वो स्टोरी भी सुना था हॉल में, जैसे आपने आफ्टर दैट यू स्टार्टेड वेयरिंग रोब एवरी डे. वो हाँ, वो रेड कलर का ड्रेस पे पहन के ऑफिस के.
No, that I went in in an orange dress. At that time, Osho had allowed to get initiated in white clothes or even the normal clothes, because he wanted to make things easy for people. I don't think everybody had the guts to become a sannyasi in orange robes. But I said, I'm not going through his steps. He first normal clothes, then white clothes, then orange clothes. Forget it. So I got the material and bought the material, orange robes, and got those days our uniform used to be lungi and kurta and a scarf on the head. So I bought the material, got it stitched, and went and took sannyas. And he also said, "You have any questions?" I said, "No, because you have answered everything. I have no more questions at all about anything philosophical. The only thing I want to know is tomorrow is 1st of Jan, which will be holiday. 2nd Jan, I'll be going to the office in these robes. And there are going to be millions of questions. What will I do?" And Osho gave the mantra. That the mantra is still with me, continues. I don't know if he gave the same mantra to anybody else, but to me he said, "Main hu na, I'm there." So in office, when the big boss called me, "This won't do. This orange clothes, no, not allowed, because you're going for a meeting with multinational companies, big bosses." What kind of reaction they will have? Who's this guy who's a sannyasi and coming to a very corporate meeting? So I told my boss, I was the junior most employee literally. I was only 6 months in my job. I said, "Look, when you gave me an appointment letter, I have read it. Nowhere it says that you can't wear orange robes." So, no, so what? You can't do this. Then the final answer came. Both answers actually came from Osho.
Yeah.
And he said, "Main hu na." So he was replying on my behalf, not me. I didn't have those guts to tell my boss, who was the head of the biggest advertising agency in India, that it is not there in appointment letter, so how can you ask for it? It came from Osho's logic. And then finally I said, if I don't have any objection to your suit, blue suit, why should you have any objection to my orange robes?
Wow.
And that was end of story. And his silence. Yeah. He was silent in front of his junior most employee. The big boss was silent. That is the power of Osho. If you really trust him, if you trust Osho completely, okay, he's going to take care of you. You don't have to worry about anything else. And he will make everything easy for you. He will solve all your problems. So he did. He did every problem. My mother was heart patient. And when my father came to see Osho about me, why have you made him a sannyasi? He needs to get married and settle in life. And he's still only 23, 24. So Osho asked me, "Okay, Kamlesh, why do you have any problem with getting married?" I said, "No. But I'm not going to leave these orange robes.
Wow.
I won't give up my orange robes for anybody in the world. You get me the ugliest girl possible. I will marry her if she agrees my orange robes, accepts my orange robes. I'll accept anybody if she accepts my orange robes. I'm not going to give up." So he turned to my father and said, "That's all right. He's getting married, and I'll get one more sannyasini." So there she's sitting. There she's sitting. And she's not ugly.
Yeah, she's very beautiful.
And then when the issue came about, my mother also said, "I am going to take responsibility of mother.
Okay.
इसकी माँ का जिम्मा मैं लेता हूँ." And true enough, my mother came for heart checkup, and the doctor said, "You are not a heart patient. Why have you eating these stupid medicines?
Oh.
And you're suffering not because you're a heart patient, but because you're eating these wrong medicines." So my mother went against my father. She blasted him in front of the doctor and me. So I told my father, "Remember what Osho had said?
Yeah.
He will take care of my mother." He's taking care of my mother. So he looks after, he really takes care of, even after she got initiated, she had 2 miscarriages. So of course, my family wanted a child, and everybody, I was the eldest son in the family, so they all wanted a child. So I said, "Okay, we'll go and ask Osho what to do." So we asked for a meeting, and we were taken, we have that photo of the journey. So I said, "Osho, she had 2 miscarriages, and she needs a child, she wants a child." He said, "Okay, what's your age?" He asked her, "What's your age?" She told him. So he thought about, okay, for 5 years to meditate continuously, and then it will happen. He will come.
Oh.
He will come. And then exactly after 5 years, my eldest son was born.
His word is also he will come, like.
Yeah, he will come.
It's not only the
82,
baby, like he is
82,
telling
yeah.
directly to his
But
son
he
is
said,
coming.
meditate for 5 years.
Wow.
5 साल ध्यान करो, फिर ये होगा. So even something very ordinary problem, like, he used to respond and give a solution. He said, "ये करो तुम." Because he understands.
Wow.
Yes, people are afraid, they have different needs and expectations and so on, and the world is like that, such a mess. And my sannyasi has to live in a very insane world. And so he always used to help us survive in an insane world. And it was not easy, because I was a sannyasi and working in an office, going to movies in the same dress, going to the bar in the same dress, going to the restaurant in the same dress. I mean, they were surprised. They were surprised ki, what is sannyasi doing in a bar or in a movie theater. But we used to do, क्या करे, ओशो ने बोला तो जाएंगे, देखा जाए.
आप माला लगाकर भी जाती थी हर
बिल्कुल
जगह.
बिल्कुल माला लगा के, मतलब we used to do dynamic on Chowpatty Beach near Marine Lines.
Okay.
6 o'clock in the morning every day. So some people from Shiv Sena, who was a fundamentalist ruling Hindu party, so they used to stone us. They used to come and stone us, literally stone us. So we went to Osho Woodland apartment. What to do? They come and stone us. We said, "What kind of meditation it is which can be defeated by mere stones? Continue." And we continued. Finally, they gave up. The stone throwers, they gave up, the stone pelters. Because they realized that these guys are not backing out, they're not stopping, they're continuing meditating, dynamic. So then they got interested, "Bhai, what is this? What's going on? We keep stoning you and we keep meditating." Because that is what our master had told us. You are doing what only you can do, throwing stones. We can do what we are doing, which is meditate.
True.
So you are doing what's right for you, we are doing what's right for us. They got so impressed. Many of them got interested in Osho because of this. Yeah. So Osho used to find ways out like that. Amazing. Oh, wow. But those were very hard days, because there was so much opposition to Osho. Everywhere you go, on the road, in the train, in the bus, people talking against him, against Osho. But it helped us, because for us it was a big challenge. And you grow only when you get a challenge. You can't grow without a challenge. You grow only when there is a big challenge against you and you have to respond to the challenge, and that helps your growth. So it helped us tremendously, because Osho was not accepted by anybody, by people. Today, that's not the fact. Today, he's accepted almost as, Osho being what he is on social media and everywhere, and people are not so much against him anymore. So things are rather easy for Osho sannyasins, even outside world. That time they were not. They were very bad. There's one sannyasi called, he was a Muslim boy, Ram Rahim, a friend of mine.
Okay.
So he went to do his namaz in orange robes in masjid.
Wow.
And he got beaten up.
Oh.
But he didn't give up. Finally, he came to Osho. Every day I go for my namaz, they beat me up. Was said, then you do one thing. You don't go in orange robes. You are allowed not to go in orange robes. Do in normal clothes. Come back and then you go back in the orange robes. So he allowed that. He shouldn't lose his life. He shouldn't lose his life unnecessarily because of some stupid things.
जैसे आपने मेंशन किया कि वो टाइम पर और ज़्यादा परेशान करते थे लोग, बहुत ज़्यादा. सो राइट नाउ ये यहाँ पर जैसे स्वामी जी का, आनंद अरुण स्वामी जी का फेसबुक डाउन कर लिया, जो हम लोग कहीं पर भी पोस्ट नहीं कर सकते.
That is a very different story.
Okay.
Because there is a well-funded international conspiracy.
Okay.
To finish Osho and his message forever. And we know who they are. They are the people who were behind getting Osho expelled from Rajneeshpuram and the people who destroyed Rajneeshpuram completely. Same people, same forces. I don't want to name them, everybody knows. I named them in RSSI meeting.
Yes.
If you were there.
I was there.
So I named all of them.
Yes.
Because Swamiji was avoiding naming them. I said, I'm going to name them Swamiji, the 5 gurus of this bunch. So, and it's going to continue. Right now on October 4th, they're releasing a documentary called the Children of the Cult. It is by a girl who was a baby, who was a little girl in Pune one time. Her father was a sannyasin. And what Osho had done was he had separated the parents from the children. They had their own school, own dormitory, own playground. They never used to bother their parents, and the parents were not controlling the children. So they were independent. And Osho said that the parents have a life to do meditation. They need for their own growth. And the little kids, they need their independence, their freedom from the parents. Okay. And it was amazing to see they are so full of confidence. 5-year-old, 4-year-old children, boys and girls, they will ask for money from any one of us. Give me 5 rupees. And they will take an auto. They will only, without any adult, without any escort of an adult, they will hire an auto, 2 or 3 of them sit in it, and go and they'll go out in the town for the ice cream and come back without getting lost or without getting kidnapped. They were so independent and so confident. And that was what Osho's message was: give independence to children, give them freedom. They have their own life. So, and you should stop controlling them or trying to force your ideas on the children. You start guiding them and so on in the name of being the parent. You have your own life, you take care of your life and your growth. Don't bother the children. Let them grow on their own. They have the intelligence. They have come from the same source that you have come. Let them be themselves. So this girl who was in that group, she has gone against Osho and the whole Pune schedule. I don't know, I haven't seen the documentary. It's going to be released on October 4th in London. And again, it is like the same kind of documentary like Wild Country.
Yes.
Maybe the same people are behind it. And same, I call them deep state, international conspiracy, to destroy Osho and his vision. And what they are really doing to, some people are doing to the Modi, the Indian Prime Minister, behind him, and to make India weak. The same thing is going on, and they are being helped by some Indians. Like even the whole team against Modi, who are the conspiracy against Modi, international conspiracy to destroy him and even to kill him. They are being helped by some Indians. who in the name of democracy they are opposing Modi. The same thing is happening to Osho.
Okay.
That they are supported by the Pune gang, the Pune trustees, the bunch of bastards
Yes, true.
who have destroyed everything that Osho has raised. They've taken off his pictures, no mala allowed,
Yes, true.
no festivals, no celebration.
So are we safe in Mumbai or India wearing this mala and then robe and walking on
We
the
are
street?
safe. Now, if you want, it is your. Even though Osho had said clearly that I am freeing you from mala and the robe, now it is your choice.
Okay.
It's not a compulsion. If you love to wear maroon and mala, wear it. If you have any problem or you choose not to wear the maroon and mala, it's your choice. I'm not forcing anything on you because Osho was totally for freedom. So he freed us even from mala and the maroon. He freed us. But it is now our choice. And because we love it, we choose to wear it. Some people, they choose not to wear it, to fine by them. So he has given the freedom, but he that decides you what kind of person you are and how much you love Osho.
As a sannyasi, आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं सब सन्यासी को नेपाल
We
में
have to be
तपोवन
very
में?
strong.
Okay.
We have to be together. We have to be very strong. On one hand, we have to take care of our own growth through meditation. At the same time, we have to be a shield for Osho and his message because he has left everything to us. If Osho's message survive, it will be because of us. Many of us have let Osho down, like the Pune gang. They have let Osho down, and last night it was in the audio lecture of Osho that the disciples who are the closest are the most dangerous. They kill the master. And the Pune gang has killed the master. They have killed Osho. So it has happened, it's bound to happen, and that which is why we have to be more careful and we have to be stronger. We have to be stronger and concerned about ourselves. Okay, how I look at Osho and what I can do for him and for his message and vision. So it's our responsibility. The future belongs to what we can do today. That will take care of Osho's message in the future. It will go through us.
And the word for Swamiji, Swami Anand.
Oh, what can I say? He's a friend, and what he has done here is a miracle, nothing less than miracle. I keep talking about it. I never get tired of talking about it. He has recreated Punavan here in Tapovan, and which shocked me and filled me with joy. And wherever he goes, he will do that. And he has opened himself to Osho's energy completely. He has surrendered to Osho totally. And he has become a vehicle for Osho completely and Osho's energy. So all that Shakti path and the Aarti and everything is contributing to that. Okay, Osho's blessings are showering on us through him. So he is very important, very valuable. He must be protected. He must be taken care of very well. He needs to be in the body for a long time.
Thank you, Swamiji, आपका time के लिए.